Hey guys, welcome to Aydan Does Anime, and today we're going to be reviewing probably the most feels trip movie I have ever watched, and it was amazing, and I hope you guys like it, and it's coming your way, so get ready for a feels trip. And here it is, Shigatsu wa Kimi no Oso, or as it is in English, Your Lie in April. Now, I got this for my birthday, and it's quite a cool layout. I'll just show you guys. So you open it up, and it comes with Kosei and Kaori, and then it's just got Kaori playing the violin. Opens up, it's got two discs with all the characters laying down on the grass. Quite a very good buy for $26 to get the full season and an OVA. So, yeah, getting into the reviewing part of it. So the synopsis of the show is there's a boy who was a piano prodigy. His name was Kosei Arima, or Arima Kosei. And he was a gun on the piano. He was so good. And his mother would make him practice for 7 hours a day. And then came a day where his mother died of, you don't know what illness, I'm guessing it's cancer. And at a performance, I think it was like a couple days after his mother died, he breaks down and he can't play anymore. He complains that he cannot physically hear the notes. Now, 2 years go by. He's now in his last year of middle school or junior high, and his friend Sabaki, who is the captain of the female softball team, invites him on a kind of double date type thing with his other best friend Watari, who's the captain of the soccer team, to meet up with a girl who goes to their school, plays Kaori. Kosei doesn't want to go at first, but after she says that Kaori plays classical music, he comes along and he meets her, and then his world goes from monotone and depressing to colourful. That is all I'm going to say for the synopsis. Going in, and as the show goes on, there's like a lot of touchy-feely moments. There's brilliant piano playing, and if you're a fan of classical, you'll love this. But getting into the characters. So the characters are, there's really only 4 main characters and about 5 main supporting characters. So there's not very many characters, like mainish characters in this show, but it is amazing what they do with all the characters and the character development. First up is Kosei Arima. He's kind of black hair, blue eyes, wears glasses, nerdy looking guy, hasn't got much confidence, kind of depressing to be around, and depressing as a personality. And then he meets Kaori, which instantly brightens his life. And he's a pretty cool guy. He's not the worst protagonist, but the way he conveys his feelings through everything is quite amazing, and what the writers of the manga did is amazing. What they did with this show, and made it into this type of success. Second up is Sabaki. I think it's Suabe Sabaki, I think her name is. And she is the captain of the female softball team, and she's basically been with Kosei since they were 3 years old. They're thick as thieves, and she's quite a cool character. She's kind of like a tsundere type character. She's not a tsundere through some of the actions she shows, but she's quite like ignorant, stubborn, but she loves Kosei and as a brother and as a person, because she's always looked after him and everything. Next up is Watari. Don't know his first name, but he's the captain of the soccer team. He's a real ladies' man. He gets all the girls. He's always got three girls. He's always chatting up 3 girls, and they like him. They love him because he's the captain of the soccer team. He aspires to be like the next big thing in England, in the English Premier League, as he mentions a few times throughout the show. And he hasn't been as friends long as with Kosei as Sabaki has, but Watari still shares a pretty strong link with Kosei, and understand each other, like as the show goes on, and they kind of understand, like, without looking at each other, everything, if you know what I mean, like that kind of link. And then my favorite character of probably in any anime, or just one of my favorite characters, my favorite character in the show, Kaori Mizuno, the colorful girl. She is blonde and blue eyes, and she plays violin, and she ignores the rules of that the composer wrote. She's meant to play it like slowly and smoothly. She'd play it moderate and fast and jagged, which makes it a whole different sound. She's playing the exact same notes, but she's playing it in her way. She's not letting the composers boss her around. She's doing what she wants and everything. So it's the characters are great, and the extra characters that come in, I'll just name them, I won't tell you about them. The supporting characters are Takeshi Aiza, who's a pianist. Emi, I don't know her last name, she's a pianist as well. Nagi Aiza, who is also a pianist. Hiroko Seto, I think is his, and is a friend. She's also a pianist. And then there's the father and mother of Kaori, who play a less than supporting role, but still play a role in the anime. And that's all for characters. Moving on to soundtrack and animation. Soundtrack and animation. Well, let's start off with the animation, since soundtrack is going to be taking a while. It's going to take a while to do. The soundtrack. Oh no, animation. At first, I didn't really like it because all the characters have lips, like pink lips. But after about 3 episodes, it grows on you. But this anime is beautiful in the way that the biological, like, the biology is around everywhere. Like how each plant looks, to the snow falling, to the rain, to the thunderstorms, to everything. It is beautiful. And the characters themselves are also quite beautiful as well, and amazingly drawn. And probably that and Yosuga no Sora are probably the best animation type animes I have watched so far. I completely love it, and it's just amazing. So that's for animation, and there's a lot of bits, especially when they're playing piano in certain scenes. It looks so real, like when they're playing the piano, and you like see all the little the pegs hit the string on the piano, or you see the body movements when Kaori's playing the violin. And it's completely amazing what they can do with all that. And it's just clearly amazing. Like, I can't really say much about it. Soundtrack. Okay, let's start off with, as I always do, ending themes and starting themes. Starting themes. The first starting theme, Hikura Nara. Mwah! Perfection. I love this theme song, if not is one of my favourite theme songs in anime. I say that a lot, but this one always manages to get me happy, and it is amazing, and the singers and all that, and I tip my hat to Goosehouse, because they've done a very good job with it. Second theme song, which changes around episode 11, episode 12 going into episode 12, is Nanari no Symphony. That is also a very good theme song. Not as good as Hikura Nara, but it's a very good theme song. And I've actually, it kind of grows on you after a while. At first, I didn't really like it because it had to live up to Hikura Nara, which, come on, nothing can live up to Hikura Nara. But as it goes on, you get used to it, or if you loved it from the start, you love it. Ending themes. First theme song is a guy singing it, which I am kind of not a big fan of guys, Japanese males singing, especially for anime theme songs. But not being sexist here, but the themes it wasn't too bad, and it's okay. And then the second half of the season's ending theme was amazingly sad. Like, it starts off, it's like a slow piano melody, and then the girl comes in and sings, and it's like really depressing, and then the video is even depressing. So anyway, that and okay, now into the big part, the music throughout. There is about, from what I noticed, 4 original songs they made for it. One I am learning on piano right now, that dun, 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 I can't remember what it is, but it's just called Shigatsu wa Kimi no Oso Solo, and it's a really good song. All the other songs are brilliant. They're mainly piano, violin, and there's even like a guitar cover of one of a piano piece, which is awesome. Now on to the set pieces that are in the anime. You've got your Chopin, you've got your Beethoven, you've got Bach, you've got Franz Liszt, if I'm correct. You've got Mozart. You've got all your big composers, especially I'm a giant Frédéric Chopin fan. I love Chopin. And there's a lot of Chopin in this, a lot, which is amazing. And the way that they play it is amazing as well. I just can't say enough nice things about this anime. So, moving on to pros and cons, which there's going to be hardly any cons, if not no cons. Alright, on to pros and cons. Pros. 22 episode season plus an OVA, so you'll be entertained for a while. 2, if you love music, you'll love this anime. This is probably the best musical anime you will ever find. If you're into classical, watch this. Character development is amazing. The kind of love triangle thing that's happening is amazing. The characters in general are amazing. The voice acting's amazing. Everything's amazing. The animation's amazing. It's just amazing in general. And it's so feely. If you're in for a feels trip, that's your first destination. You go in your little booklet and write destination for feels trip. Write Shigatsu wa Kimi no Oso, or your line April, whatever you want to call it. And that will be your first stop and your first destination, and you'll be thoroughly pleased that I told you this if you haven't seen it already. So next is cons. The only cons is, if you a person are into action and into excitement, stay away from this anime. Because you will be extremely bored. I loved it because I don't watch action animes and I'm not used to that fast pace, which I'm kind of happy, because when I do switch over to the fast pace, I'm going to like it a lot, and it's something different. It's something like I haven't seen before. Like the first ever action anime I ever fully watched, like with its main premise is action, is Mirai Nikki. And I thoroughly loved that. I thoroughly loved that anime. And the reason why is because I wasn't used to that fast-paced action in it, and it was pretty good. So if you don't like slow things, if you're not in for a feels trip, don't make this your first destination. 3rd, if you're into long dialogues between characters, there is some in this, but I have noticed the characters talk more in their heads than they do to other people. It's more about what they feel, not what they tell other people. If you don't like that idea, watch this anime anyway and see what you think, but it's not an anime for you if you despise people talking more than in their heads than they do that. It doesn't really mind me, especially when they're doing performances and they have to think of something else. That's pretty amazing what they do with that. And another con is the ending, which I'm not going to go into spoil anything, but for me, it's kind of, the ending is in the neutral category. You'll understand what I say, but it wraps it up perfectly. I believe that was the only way you could possibly end that anime. But it left me heartbroken, it left me destroyed, it left me in tears. I was crying for 40 minutes because you didn't see what was going to happen. But anyway, that's the only neutral, and I'm not going to go into spoilers or anything. If you've seen it, you guys understand and can relate. So that is all for Shigatsu wa Kimi no Oso. Tell me what you think, and remember to comment and all that. And another thing is what I'd give this anime out of 10. I have recently updated all my anime ratings, and this has got a 9.6 or a 9.7 out of 10. No, it's a 9.8. So it's a 9.8 out of 10. It loses 2 because of the way it made me cry. But anyway, that is all for Shigatsu wa Kimi no Oso. Stay tuned, and more anime will be coming your way. Ja ne.